Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing a really fun reading. This is a shufflemancy reading. So this is basically using music for the purpose of divination. So what I've done is I've written down a whole bunch of songs, some of them from my music library on SoundCloud, some of them channeled through me from spirit, and some of them just kind of popped into my head. We have 4 options for you to choose from today. So we have group number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Each one has a tarot card and a song, and then we're going to use tarot and oracle to find out some additional messages about what this song is trying to tell you. I will also link the songs in the description box below so you can check out the music videos or look at the lyrics to get the full message. So make your selection and use the timestamps linked in the description or pinned in the comment section below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings, and we'll see you there. All right. Hi, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. So let's take a look at what song you chose. You have Focused by Saweetie. So yes, so some of the songs in the Shufflemancy reading today are from my SoundCloud account, and so there's a lot of like rap and hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. So be advised that some of these songs do have swearing in them. All right, let's take a look at your tarot card. You have the 10 of Wands. Wow, this is really interesting. So the fact that you chose this card and this song is really telling me that you have had a hard time staying focused because you are carrying a lot. It's like he can't see what's right in front of him because he's got all of these wands, all of these things that he's got on his plate. So it's kind of like you can't see the forest through the trees type of thing. This could also mean that you have been so focused that you have taken on too much. And as a result, you're kind of weighed down, or you're not moving as fast as you could be. So what they want you to focus on here, the reason Spirit's called you to this reading, is so that you can really see what needs to be let go of and begin the process of doing that, so you can get really, really focused on what it is that you want. Now, I am being called to look up the lyrics to this song because I know it, but I want to see all of them in context with the 10 of Wands, and then we're going to pull some additional cards. Okay, so yeah, basically the song is talking about her staying really focused and going through a glow up and gaining a lot of success and notoriety, and then people ending up like hating on her. But she's like, you're doing something right when they love you out of hate. So funny. So yeah, she says, you see, I read between the lines. I know your praise was really shade. Focused, keep me focused. All these little things, man, they keep me focused. So you might have been carrying a lot of burdens from people around you, either judging or projecting or casting shade your way. And instead of letting that burden you or carrying that around, or if you are carrying that around, they're saying let that go, so that you can continue to, really keep refocusing on where you're going, what you're achieving, who you're becoming in the process, and what your goal is. And if you are doing that and you're allowing these projections, this kind of like hate, and you're using that and transmuting it into power to be able to move forward, then sometimes these wands can be useful and productive. Let's get more cards though. Okay, we're going to use the Fairy Tarot apparently. So let's take a look. You have the Prince of Winter, intellectual, determined, focused, and impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem, the need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. Okay. For group number 1. Ooh, you have the Empress. Time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. But the fact that I said success that follows is kind of like success that follows some kind of burden. Like you're carrying a lot and you have a lot on your plate is kind of what I'm seeing here. And you're needing to stay focused. The Prince of Winter is the Knight of Swords, and this can be a little bit, like they said here, impulsive, but I love that they have the word focused right here. I didn't even really notice that. Intellectual, determined, focused, impulsive. Yeah, so you're meant to be so focused right now, and really honing that focus like a laser beam to be able to create this wealth and abundance, because that's what the song's talking about, is like a glow up. That's exactly what the Empress represents. So going through this glow up by adopting a different mindset is really what the Knight of Swords is talking about here. Underneath the deck, you have the Eight of Spring. So steps that come from having many things, stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. So you have two cards talking about sudden or unexpected changes, sudden events or changes. So the fact that you have pulled these particular cards in this reading, group number one, I feel like you guys are about to go through a very sudden and rapid glow up or change, or you're gaining a lot of recognition really quickly. And that's why they're saying you need to stay focused, because you might have a lot of offers coming in, or you might have a lot of new things to do, or lots of work, or lots of ideas. And so they're saying, like, with all of these ideas or all of these thoughts or all of these projections from other people, focus on what really matters. Keep your eye on the prize and keep moving towards your goal, because even when you do achieve some level of notoriety or success or achievement, there's always going to be somewhere else to go, right? So you want to stay focused on where you're going and why you're going there. But it's going to happen pretty quickly, because the Prince of Winter and the Eight of Spring are super fast moving energies. Both of them are really extremely fast moving energies. So this is probably going to happen within like days, is what I just heard. Wow. Okay. So apparently days. Let me get one more. I do feel that one. The Four of Summer, I'm really having a hard time reading these for whatever reason. Being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, or discontentment with life. All right, so when I see this here, this is telling me that you might have been kind of caught off guard a little bit here, or become unfocused in such a way that you became distracted and didn't see a magical opportunity, or there was a chance that this could happen, and that's why they've brought you to this reading. Your spirit guides, your team, your higher self, they want you to stay focused. They want you to stay on track so that you don't get distracted, because it says distracted right here, and then you've got focused, and then you've got focused, so stay focused on what you're creating. The Empress is all about creation. She is here to get you to realize and really embody her energy. So this is like Venus energy. It's very soft, very feminine, very creative, very abundant, very luxurious too. So if you're wanting to live a life of luxury, stay focused on that. Keep moving towards your goal. Don't get distracted by what other people are saying or doing or projecting, or don't get distracted by your own fears, limitations, or impulsivity. Like, they're really driving home the fact that you need to stay focused here. And since they're talking about multitasking and you've got the 10 of Wands, it's like you have had to multitask here. You have the Magician as well. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. They're really talking about success here. So group number one, you are meant to be a success. All you need to do is stay focused. Don't get distracted. Don't get pulled back by other people or circumstances or things that don't really matter. Stay on task, even if you have a lot going on, even if you have a lot on your plate. Even when sudden and unexpected things happen that try to kind of pull you off track or distract you, stay on task. Because when you stay moving in the direction towards your goal, and you just keep doubling down on that, like use everything as motivation to keep going towards what you're trying to create or achieve. And that success is inevitable. Group number one, it is inevitable. You have the Empress and the Magician. You are the ultimate creative force. All you have to do is focus up. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. And trust me, it's going to happen real quick. Like real quick, because this is fast moving energy. Yeah, they keep telling me it's within days. So they've pulled you to this reading You intuitively clicked on this reading because you're trying to bring this through to yourself so that you can see and know that this is possible, that this is coming, that you are powerful. You called yourself, or rather, you called this reading into you. Let's look at it that way. Instead of you called yourself to this reading, you called this reading into you because you are focused. You have stayed focused, even though there's been distractions. Because I see that here, and that's why they're talking so much about focus, because there's obviously been distractions, but you can create this success for yourself. You know, I'm almost getting like ADHD vibes here, and I can say that because I literally am diagnosed with ADHD. I have the paperwork to prove it. Like, after 34 years of life, just struggling to stay focused and struggling to keep up and struggling to do everything and feeling like I was a failure and feeling like I wasn't good enough because I couldn't stay on task or I couldn't complete things or I burnt out all the time. Finally did some research, went to the doctor, actually 2 doctors, and, you know, a professional psychotherapist and a medical doctor, and got my diagnosis. So yeah, you guys, you might have ADHD. That this is not a diagnosis, okay? So do not take that if that does not resonate with you. But I'm just saying, if you do have ADHD and you know that for a fact, or you have suspicions about that, this could be some indication. This could be some confirmation, I mean, that could be the case. There's nothing wrong with ADHD. I can function quite well when I'm able to meet my needs and stay focused. Like, I have excellent focus when it's something that I want to do. Like when it's doing readings, so focused. That's all I want to do. I become almost like obsessed. And that is the energy that can help you to get to success. It's just making sure that you're not allowing fear or frivolity or other people to kind of take you off task, or getting bogged down with things that really don't matter. Like priorities, you know, set your priorities so that you can stay determined. You're very intellectual. You're very intelligent. You're very creative. You're a super powerful manifestor. All you need to do is just stay on task so you don't miss opportunities, stay focused and stay aware so that you are really connected to what you're doing and why you're doing it. They keep bringing that back up. So your why is really important here. The 10 of Wands can sometimes be the card of, you know, it's like the artist who finds a lot of success. Like, let's say, for example, a rapper or a singer who blows up, and then they kind of get lost in the demands that the job entails. Like, they get lost in the obligations and they kind of lose the spark or the inspiration for the job or for the music. And so it's like, you know, what happened to the music? It used to be about the music. Get back to the music, stay focused on the why, because the success will come as a byproduct of that. It's really about staying, you know, really, really goal oriented toward the experience, really. Like, yes, the goal is important, but it's like the goal is really the experience. The destination is the journey. And if you can enjoy the process and really create from this focused manifesting perspective, like, anything can happen. Unexpected changes can happen so quickly, group number 1, so quickly. If you're in a position where you've been feeling like you don't have what you want or you're not where you want to be, trust me, refocus, tap into that Empress energy and the Magician, like literally channel the archetypes of those cards, and you will see a change within days. Like, they're like 2 to 3 days. Seriously, it's this quick. That doesn't mean that you're going to manifest your entire success outcome or goal at that point, but you will feel the shift happen and your focus will return, your determination will come back, and the energy will start moving in the direction that you're wanting it to go. And you'll see some indications of that, is what Spirit is saying. You will see some indications that will give you like encouragement, basically, to keep going. Like, yeah, you're going in the right direction, you're doing the right thing, keep going, that kind of thing. So really use this power to take action. Success is on the table for you, literally success that allows for a life of luxury. It's right here. So embrace this, go for your glow up, and stay focused. Group number 1. So that is what I see for you. I hope you enjoyed this shufflemancy reading. I'll probably be doing more of these and I'll add more songs and stuff to the basket. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to go deeper, memberships are available on the channel. There's 2 tiers. There's the Soul Tribe and the Soul Family, and that gets you access to all of the members only readings, as well as the members only live readings where we do pull cards on camera and I connect psychically to you to answer your questions. So if you guys are interested in that, just hit the join button. If you don't see it on your device because you're using an iPhone or an iOS device to watch these readings, then you do have to log in either through a web page or on a desktop. So just so you guys are aware. So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your shufflemancy reading. So you chose, let's find out, Misty Mountain Hop by Led Zeppelin. Oh, I love this song. Okay. I love this. And let's take a look at your tarot card. You have the 4 of Pentacles. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up the lyrics to Misty Mountain Hop, and I'm going to look through them to kind of get an idea of what the message is here in your reading. And then we're going to pull some additional cards as well. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I love this song. I had the whole Led Zeppelin album. I've loved Led Zeppelin ever since I was a teenager when my mom introduced me to classic rock. And basically this song is talking about kind of rebelling against the man, like the police trying to tell them or tell you to get in line, and trying to do things that really don't make sense for you, and then wanting to escape basically to the mountains. Like it's kind of very hermit type of energy. Or, you know, I'm getting like van life, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to live by the rules of this society. That just doesn't work for me. I want to be free. I'm going to go where the grass and the flowers grow. And I'm going to, you know, I'm going to live a life that feels more aligned with my soul. Because it even says, I'm packing my bags for the misty mountains where the spirits go now, over the hills where the spirits fly. I feel like you guys are, like, look at the city in this card. You might be wanting to move out of the city, but you've kind of been like holding on to the status quo of like how things have been, if this is somewhere that you live. But I also get the sense that you might even be able to save money if you move out of the city a little bit, like into the country or into the Misty Mountains or whatever it happens to be for you, because you probably won't have to pay as much rent or mortgage or whatever it happens to be, right? So that's just a random message, but let's take a look at your additional cards. So we're going to grab some from the Fairy Tarot. Okay, I do feel these 2, yes, okay. And we'll get 2 more. Okay. So you have 7 of Spring. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So the 7 of Spring is the 7 of Wands. This is talking about boundaries, which is so interesting because Misty Mountain Hop is also talking about setting those boundaries. Basically, like, I'm not going to listen to what the man is telling me to do, like what the cops are telling me to do, because it says in the lyrics here, crowds of people sitting on the grass with flowers in their hair said, "Hey boy, do you want to score?" I didn't notice, but it had got very dark and I was really, really out of my mind. Just then a policeman stepped up to me and said, "Please, hey, would we care to all get in line?" Get in line? Well, you know, they asked us to stay for tea and have some fun. He said that his friends would all drop by. Why don't you take a good look at yourself and describe what you see? Then you sitting spare like a book on a shelf, rustin'. Not trying to fight it. You really don't care if they're coming. Oh, I know that's all a state of mind. If you go down in the streets today, you better open your eyes. Folk down there really don't care. I've decided what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pack my bags for the Misty Mountains where the spirits go. So yeah, I feel like this is really kind of rebelling against the machine, you know what I mean? And not stepping in line. You're doing what you want. You have the Magician. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. So it's kind of like forging your own path, and a path that feels more sacred to you, more aligned with who you are and what you need at soul level. Okay. You have unity, do the right thing for the right reason, compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works best for you, a spiritually minded community. So it's interesting because that's kind of what the lyrics are talking about. It's like a crowd of people sitting on the grass together, like a whole sort of hippie community. And then the cops come in and kind of challenge that. That's the traditional values, the traditional system, things like that. And you needing to decide what you want to do, where your destiny lies, and how you're going to stand up and advocate for your own needs and wants. You have the 8 of Spring, stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. This is really interesting because group number 1 just had this card, and they also had the Magician pop up in their reading. So I feel like you guys are maybe connected to that reading as well. Their message was really about staying focused and moving towards success. So maybe success for you here could be living a life free from the restrictions of traditional living, or traditional expectations, or traditional just perspectives or states of mind. It doesn't even have to mean that you need to move out of the city or something like that. It could just be you need to kind of detach yourself from the limiting perspectives or mindsets of authority figures as they have been instilled in you from a societal perspective or vantage point. I feel like you guys are meant to be very, very unique individuals. It's like you aren't meant to follow the status quo. I think a life of eccentricity would suit you better, or a life of autonomy in some way, where you can really just do what you want to be doing and kind of like provide for yourself is what I'm seeing. Even with the 7 of Spring here, she's reminding me of Artemis, which is like the hunter goddess, and she's got her bow and arrow here. And it feels to me, it's kind of like you can provide for yourself. You can go with the cycles of the moon, because they just really highlighted the moon in the background here. So I just get this feeling that you are meant to be connected to your natural state of being, which could be to the cosmos, to nature, to your ability to provide for yourself, and feeling really grounded in that rather than in the societal structures. You know what I mean? Like getting away from the traditional values of society and getting back to the traditional values of your soul or your ancestry, or just what feels most aligned for you. I feel like, you're kind of going, it's like 4, 5, you've got 4, 5, 7, 8, and 1. I don't know why that's coming up. That could be something significant. I don't know if those numbers are necessarily in order, but it's like succession, and then it jumps, and then it's succession. So I feel like if you've been making progress in a more traditional path, but you're not feeling satisfied with that, or you're just kind of feeling stuck in some way, I feel like if you take a new approach and you kind of direct things in a different way that just feels more aligned with you, there's going to be even faster succession. And it's like having the courage to do this is kind of what I'm seeing. Courageously standing up for yourself. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve whatever this is. You can free yourself. You can expand. You can be whatever you want to be. And there's no limitation on that. So if success to you means living in a city in a high-rise loft with tons of money in your bank, great, do that. If success to you means moving to the mountains and living in a van and living off of like $100 a month or something like that, I don't know if that's probably not realistic, but you know what I mean, then do that, because it's what allows you to feel free that's going to really be aligned with your soul. And that's what this reading is talking about here. Spirit is really emphasizing the fact that it's really up to you. The Magician is self-determination and the ability to use your self-determination, your focus, and your will to create what it is that you want. Like, you can manifest what you need to be a success. It's open. The pathway is available to you. All you have to do is kind of set it in motion, basically. And the 8 of Spring is the 8 of Wands. So this is very fast moving energy that some of it has already been set in motion is kind of what I'm seeing here. And if you've been stressed out because of the situation with like whatever traditional values this is, it could be a living situation, it could be your work, it could be a mindset, right? And it could be to do with money because the 4 of Pentacles is here. But whatever it happens to be, it's like breaking free from this limitation because it's creating some stress for you. And so Spirit is calling you to make some pretty sudden changes here, and to, just be assertive and advocate for yourself. And that doesn't mean that you have to stand up against other people. You can just advocate for yourself by doing what you want to do. It's like you don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to enter into groupthink. You don't have to abide by the rules if you don't want to. You can make your own. That's what being a manifestor is all about. Abide by the laws of your soul. Obviously, don't do anything that's out of alignment or negative and that would harm yourself or others. But you can make your own rules as long as it is, something that's coming from your soul. You totally can, and it's actually encouraged to do that. So break the rules here is what I'm seeing. Group number 2, you're meant to break the rules. You're meant to break free. You're meant to just be yourself and do what you want to do. You might even feel called to go on a trip to the mountains, or you may have a mountain trip planned already. I get the sense that there's something to do with a mountain. I just heard Shambhala. Is that on a mountain, or is that a place, or is that something? What is that? Oh no, isn't Shambhala like a music festival? Hold on, let me Google where Shambhala is. Oh, no way. It's in BC. Yeah, Shambhala Music Festival is an annual music festival in British Columbia, Canada. I live in BC. This is so random. I didn't even know Shambhala was like a thing. I've never been to it. I don't know anybody who's been to it, but it's giving me vibes of Misty Mountain Hop, because they were talking about it's kind of like hippies sitting together and maybe smoking some weed or something, and then the cops come over and try to get you to sit in line, and I feel like Shambhala has something to do with that, because it's kind of like this energy of like free spirits, and it's like a festival. I don't know. I don't know if Salmo River Ranch is near a mountain, because I've never been there. British Columbia is a pretty big place. But it is. It's a farm in the West Kootenay Mountains near Nelson, BC. Okay, yeah, I've been to Nelson, BC. That is so crazy, you guys. What? Misty Mountain Hop and Shambhala came up, and it's in the Kootenay Mountains. Whoa. Okay, I'm trying to go. I'm going to go to that. I want to go to that. Anyways, holy crap. No way. It's literally happening at the time that I'm filming this. I am filming this reading on Monday, July 24th, and I just scrolled down on the website and it says Monday, July 24th, 2023 at Shambhala Music Festival. What? The people who are playing today at the time that I'm filming are Unity Shams Takeover, The Great Bag Rummage of 2023, and something just Shambhala Music Festival 2019. I don't know what that is. So anyway, what? This is so crazy. Maybe some of you guys are there, or that you are like you went there before and you're watching this reading like later in time, or I don't know if it's still going on. Like, can I get up there? I don't know. Anyway, group number 2, this is so bizarre. But yeah, it might have something to do with like going to a music festival in the mountains, or connecting to some kind of like grassroots movement where you can have a sense of unity that's based on like a more aligned tradition than what you've kind of been in thus far. This could be, just like creating your own way and doing what you want to be doing, and just having fun with it and exploring and creating success through your experience of yourself as a divine being and what that really means to you. And embracing like the unity of it all. Wow, I'm so blown away by the fact that this just came up, because I literally live in BC. So anyway, that is what I see for you, group number 2. I'm just going to leave it at that, because I could dive deeper into these messages, but I just feel like Spirit has gotten across what they intended to, and it's kind of up to you to interpret that and to make heads and tails of it. Hopefully you can. I'm going to have to look more into that for myself too. So thank you so much for being here, guys. If you want to go deeper, memberships are available on the channel, and there's 2 tiers, the Soul Tribe and Soul Family. Both of them will give you access to the members only videos that are available already on the channel, and also to the live events where we will be doing YouTube live readings, basically, where I pull cards and connect psychically to you guys and answer your questions. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions or recommendations for upcoming readings, always feel free to leave them in the comments. I have a bunch of different readings from suggestions that I have on the roster or on the docket. So you will see those coming out within the next couple of weeks or months. All right. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out what song you chose. Ooh, you have the Final Countdown by Europe. It's the final countdown. Da, 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 da. Whoa, you have the world. This is crazy. These readings are insane. If you guys want, if you're curious or you felt called to group number 2, I would check that out, because it was just, I'm still like, yeah, I'm like a little boggled from that one. But anyway, group number 3, you have the World card in reverse and the Final Countdown. So this is like the final countdown to the closure of a cycle. Major closure of a cycle here. And you are right at the end of it is what I'm feeling. So I do want to look at the lyrics to this and to get some additional messages, and then we'll also pull some cards. Wow, I've never even really listened to or like noticed what the lyrics are. It's so different when you're listening to a song versus when you're reading the lyrics. It's like you can really see a difference in, or like, it's like you can read it like a story when you're looking at the lyrics instead of just listening to the music. Because I find I tend to get distracted by the like melody or the rhythm or the beat. So anyway, it says, we're leaving together, but still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to earth. Who can tell? I guess there is no one to blame. We're leaving ground. Will things ever be the same again? It's the final countdown. Holy shit. The world, Earth. We're leaving together, but still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to Earth. Who can tell? It says, we're heading for Venus, and still we stand tall, because maybe they've seen us and welcome us all. With so many light years to go and things to be found, I'm sure that we will all miss her so. It's the final countdown. And then it just keeps repeating that. We'll all miss her so. It's the final countdown. I did not know that is what that song was about. Like, I have heard that song so many times, and I always think it's like a hype up song, and it's talking about like getting to a goal or doing, but it's actually talking about somebody leaving Earth, going to Venus. It's very starseed. I never knew that. This is so crazy. So you guys might not be from this world. Group number 3. Europe may be important too. Like, you might live in Europe or want to visit Europe. I don't know why that's just really emphasized in, they're like lighting it up for me right now and having me notice that. But yeah, you might want to travel the world. This could be a final countdown for you traveling the world, leaving somewhere that you've lived for a long time to go move somewhere else or travel somewhere else. This could also be like, I'm definitely getting starseed energy. So let's take a look at your cards. I want to get some clarifiers here from the tarot, fairy tarot. You have the Ace of Spring. It's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. So that's the Ace of Wands. Okay. You're about to do something major, that's for sure. Okay, so the 8 of Spring has come up in all 3 readings. This is insane. Spirit told me to sit down and do this reading right now. And I was about to go to bed. And I even had a tea with like calming stuff in it to like calm my mind down. And I'm just like amped the F up right now. It's all spirit. Spirit is like, nope, you can have that sleepy time tea, but we're going to amp you up with this energy because you need to do this reading right now. And I was like pulled into my office and sat down in the studio to do this reading, almost like, just, yeah, it's just crazy that this is happening. And the 8 of Spring is the Eight of Wands. So it's like really fast movement that's already set in motion. It's kind of like the wheels are turning. The momentum is there. Things are happening quickly, especially with the Ace of Spring. It's like this is so close to coming to its full conclusion, whether it's like launching into the stratosphere or it's starting a new venture or moving somewhere. I just really feel like it's like it is the final countdown and you're about to do something or change something or move. This can also indicate air travel. So like I said, you might be moving somewhere or going on a trip, maybe a long trip where people are going to miss you. But it's like you're being called to a particular location or to a project somewhere or something like that. So it says stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. Yeah, it's the final countdown. There's about to be very sudden changes in your life that it's like just a matter of time and it's going to happen really quickly. You have the Prince of Autumn, dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous, cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness to others. What I see here is he's like surfing on this leaf, and I feel like I'm getting extraterrestrial vibes from him. This is so bizarre. I know he's like a little fairy guy, but I'm just feeling like this energy of being out of this world. Even though this is an earth energy, the autumn it's the pentacles energy, it's the earth energy. So, but I feel like you guys are starseeds and you're being called to a particular location on earth or to travel, or you're about to travel somewhere. It's like you're going to set up shop somewhere else. You're going to be moving somewhere that's more aligned to a different location on earth. Okay, let's get one more card for group number 3. Okay, or more than one. They like to do that. The Ace of, what? You have the Ace of Autumn and the Ace of Spring. So it says a windfall of money, advice or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. So this definitely feels like a change in your career. Maybe you're being offered a job somewhere in a different location, or your career is really taking off and you have the money to be able to travel. Or maybe you're closing a deal. It could be an overseas deal with someone. This is so crazy. You have the Princess of Summer, gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced, a new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend who you can share your concerns with. Okay, so I feel like, look at this. Blue, blue, red, green. It's like, it's all mirroring. It's all just lined up like that. I feel like your life is really lining up for you right now, group number 3, and it's the final countdown to something really big happening and taking off, like I was saying. So you're about to start something new, or you're about to go somewhere new, and it's going to be very successful. It's like this is a new venture that has been kind of energetically in the works for a while, and it's going to be super successful. You may feel a little bit inexperienced, like you don't have a lot of wisdom in this area. The World card in reverse can indicate that you are a little bit inexperienced, because the World card upright is the wisdom of going through this entire cycle and coming full circle. But you are at the beginning stage here, and it's a big step up is what I'm seeing. So it's kind of like a little bit out of your comfort zone. It may be a new relationship or a new career move, but or a move to a different area. But it just feels like it's very divinely guided and it's aligned with you at soul level. And I keep getting this message of starseeds. I know it doesn't really correlate to the rest of the messages that I'm getting here in terms of career or relationship or moving. But basically from what I can tell energetically, because I don't just read the cards, I do read the energy, and I can feel that you're a starseed and that you came to Earth, maybe even from Venus, or you may have some affiliation energetically with Venus. Venusian energy is very soft, very feminine. It's very Princess of Summer, actually, now that I think about it. And something about Venus and Earth. Could even be talking about Venus going into retrograde right now. If you're watching this reading when it first comes out, Venus is going retrograde from July 22nd to September 3rd. And So it's like the relationship between Venus and the Earth. Venus appears to be going backwards, and we have to kind of reassess relationships, what we value, how we creatively express ourselves, what we do for work. Those kinds of things are highlighted. It can also affect, how we see ourselves physically, our appearance, our beauty, and our money. So I feel like some of these themes are coming up, and it's like a major story arc in your starseed lineage. Like you incarnated in this world, you incarnated on Earth to bring the light. Like you came here on a mission, is what I just heard. Spirit just like, you came here on a mission. You came in real fast to be able to change some things here on Earth through your own embodiment. Like you came here to really step into your power in a really big way, to be big in the world in some way, shape, or form. Whether this is just you being yourself and traveling and being free, or this is like some kind of public achievement or public success story or something like that. I just feel like there's definitely success here that I can feel, and it's very close. Like you are initiating something major right now. And even though we're seeing aces, which is the beginning of the cycle, I do feel like it's like the final countdown to something really big. So maybe this is like the first stage of the last phase, if you know what I'm trying to say there. It's like you've done all of this work leading up to this, and this is the final stage of this final closing period of your life in terms of this career move or this physical move or some kind of achievement that you've been working towards at soul level. Yeah, it's like based on your soul mission, based on your starseed mission, like the whole reason that you came here in the first place. And it's the final countdown right now. And you're meant to be really, really like embracing it, moving forward, welcoming things in, embracing the new, and being okay with being a little bit unsure of how you're going to do this, but just going for it anyway. Yeah, like just go for it anyway. You might have an opportunity that comes in pretty quickly here. Within 11 days is what they told me, ace and ace, 11. So within 11 days, you may have an opportunity that comes in, or your awareness may be brought to a particular opportunity or an idea. And it could be related to moving somewhere else or starting up a business or working with someone overseas. So just be mindful of that. Be cautious, and take wise action. Be meticulous, pay attention to details. If you're signing contracts during Venus retrograde, make sure that you're reading the fine print. It does kind of have a little bit of a Mercury retrograde kind of vibe to it. But yeah, it's an amazing career opportunity. So they are encouraging you to embrace it if it feels aligned with you, and you get that intuitive yes. Always trust your intuition first and foremost. But it does feel like there's prosperity here, there's success here. So it will be enjoyable, and it may be through somebody that you meet at a social event or who invites you to a social event. It's like through kindness from others is what I'm seeing, that you're going to achieve something, or you're going to get this opportunity come in. It's funny because it's like it says we're leaving ground. Will things ever be the same again? And in this sense, I feel like, you're like launching into the stratosphere in some way, and things may never be the same again in your life because you are about to go through a very significant like level up is what I just heard. You're about to go through a very major level up in your life, and this is destined for you at soul level because it's part of your soul mission. So embrace it, open up, and welcome in and receive these opportunities, this abundance, this success, because it's like you've worked really hard towards this, you've put in the effort, and it's like this is the final countdown to your blow up or your expansion or your success, or like the trajectory that will take you to that. So it's really cool. I'm interested to see how this unfolds for you, but apparently something within the next 11 days could be important. And this is a timeless reading, so just factor that in, and timing is not always set in stone, but usually when they give timing, it's because there's kind of like there's some solidity that can come from that. It's like when we have timing in our mind, if we detach from the outcome of that, but we just kind of have that in our mind as an expectation, it can bring it about in that time frame because we're creators, as long as there's no resistance to it. And attachment can be a form of resistance. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, go after your dreams, group number 3. You're meant to go after your dreams, your most treasured dreams. This is an amazing career opportunity. It's a windfall. It's a very successful project. It's a very happy change in your career that's going to be successful. It's going to be sudden. It's going to be new. It's going to be really fun. Even though you might feel a little bit out of your wheelhouse, don't worry about it. You'll get the hang of it quickly. Yeah, I just feel like you guys have a lot of luck right now. The rabbit's really standing out to me, so you're blessed. There's a lot of magic and fertility around you. You are blossoming and blooming right now. There's a lot of abundance, and you're like master manifesting. You're attracting in so much right now. If you haven't already, I would check out the super attractor reading that I posted as well. I think that, I posted that today. So yeah, that is what I see for you, group number 3. I feel like you guys are really about to level up in a huge, huge way, and it's the final countdown to that right now. So be prepared to just launch into the stratosphere, because that's what I'm seeing for you. And it's super, super divinely aligned. So yeah, many blessings, you guys. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to go deeper, I do have memberships available on the channel. There's 2 tiers. Both of them will give you access to the members only readings, as well as the live readings that we do, where I tune in and connect to you psychically and pull cards on camera. And if you're wanting to join and you don't see the join button next to the subscribe button, you do need to go through a desktop, a laptop, or something other than an iPad or an iPhone. For whatever reason, it doesn't show up on the YouTube app through those devices. So but it should be there if you're using a desktop or some other kind of device. So yeah, thanks so much, guys, for being here. I truly appreciate your presence in these readings. I love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, hi, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at what card and also what song you chose. So, this is not actually technically a song, but I did add it in there because I found it super randomly the other day, and it really, really resonated with me. So it's called Learning and Unlearning by Princess Nokia, and I love her other songs, so that's what led me to this on Spotify. But it's basically like a guided affirmation meditation thing, and it's like over an hour long. So I would definitely recommend checking this out. I will link all the songs to these readings in the description box below if they're available on YouTube, so you can check them out. But this one is like affirmations of success, affirmations of healing, affirmations of all sorts of good things. So it's like learning what you need to learn and unlearning what doesn't serve you. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot card. You have the Death card in reverse. So this is a big rebirth for you. And I just heard the word rebirth really loudly in my head. So yeah, you guys are going through a massive rebirth where you are learning and unlearning. You are doing affirmations. That's like a huge spiritual transformation. I'm really blown away by how powerful these readings have been. Like, Spirit called me to do these readings. It's like 10 o'clock at night right now. I was getting ready to go to bed. I had just made myself a sleepy time tea, and I was feeling kind of drowsy. And then the guidance to do this reading kicked in, and it was like I got flooded with energy, and all of a sudden it was like I had just drank 10 cups of coffee and I had drank a sleepy time tea. So it's like, that's how powerful Spirit is when messages need to come across. Anyways, you guys are going through a massive spiritual rebirth right now. So I actually want to let me see if that'll come up. I don't know. So in the other readings, what I did was looked up the lyrics and kind of went based on that and kind of read a little bit of them out. But because yours it's not actually a song, it's more like a guided affirmation meditation type of thing, I can't really read that out for you, but I do recommend going and listening to it at some point. So instead, let's just pull some cards and we'll take a look at that to get the message. So for group number 4, wow, okie dokie. So the 9 of Spring really wanted to jump out. It says, protect the fruits of your labors, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, and environmental conservation. But now what I'm really being drawn to in the card here is the ladybugs. I don't know why my brain just completely blanked out on the name of those. I, for some reason, was in my head was hearing butterfly, but these are not butterflies, they're ladybugs. But yeah, I feel like these butterfly, again, Why, Spirit? That's so bizarre. Oh, because butterflies represent transformation. Transformation is like a death process and a rebirth. It's learning and unlearning. Yeah. Okay. So you're going through a massive transformation. The ladybugs are about luck. So that's what I was trying to say. But Spirit was like, no, we want to talk about the butterflies. So like, okay. So that's really important here. Let's take a look at these cards. You have the Four of Autumn. Manage your resources wisely. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. And help out those who are less fortunate. So the challenges may be that you are learning and unlearning things to do with money and finances. And the challenges that are coming up here may be around conservation of your money, managing your resources wisely, as they say here, and striking a balance in your financial realm. So it's like you're kind of transforming how you approach finances, money, and your mindset around that. That's what I'm really feeling here. You have the Queen of Summer, loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Take care of others. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. Yeah, this is the Queen of Cups energy. So it's very nurturing, very loving, very emotion-based and heart-centered. And I think that's really helpful here in regard to this death and transformation process, this rebirth that's happening. However, they did mention perhaps taking care of others too much. So if you've kind of been through the ringer and you've been doing too much for other people, what Spirit is saying here is some of that needs to be unlearned. Some of that needs to be let go of. And you can be a little bit more conditional in some ways here. You need to conserve and reserve your energy, reserve your resources for you. Make sure that your needs are being met first and foremost. It's like secure your own air mask before helping anyone else, that kind of thing. That's really kind of coming through strongly here. Let's grab another card. Group number, there's two more. They want those two, so we'll see. No way. Every single reading, the Eight of Spring has made a guest appearance. This is insane. I was just about to put the deck down and I just had this impulse. Like they told me kind of check the bottom of the deck and my hand just flipped the deck over. And the Eight of Spring has come out in all four readings. So the Eight of Spring is the Eight of Wands. It's very fast-moving energy. It says stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. So you do have stress here in kind of two of these things. Possible challenges maybe because there's a lot going on, and that's why you need to kind of get grounded, because you're going through a massive transformation process right now. So you need to kind of prioritize your energy, your needs, your resources, your emotional capacity to heal. Could be part of this as well. You're going through a big growth phase. You're learning a lot. You're unlearning a lot. So you need to prioritize your own healing. Be very intuitive. Trust your intuition to guide you through anything that you need to change, anything that you need to shift. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. Yeah, I knew it had to do with finances. Okay, so you have the Five of Autumn, which is the Five of Pentacles, and it says reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for a career change, and feeling challenged by money issues. So feeling challenged by money issues, this can also be health issues, but I'm really feeling the finances here for you guys. It's like you're learning and unlearning stuff to do with debt, finances, money in general. And it's interesting because I was listening to a money podcast a couple of weeks ago, and they were drawing attention to the mindset around debt for quote unquote poor people. Debt is considered a bad thing. Whereas for quote unquote rich people, debt is called leverage and it's considered a good thing. So I just found that really interesting because the mindset around debt shifts vastly whether society considers you to be wealthy or not. And so I think that the reason why I'm bringing this up, because Spirit did kind of nudge me to say it because it popped into my mind, and then I was going to move on with the rest of the reading, and they kind of said, no, you need to talk about that. It came in for a reason. I think you may be rewriting your mindset around debt, finances, and your worth specifically. I feel like because there's an emotional component to this, it's really to do with your worth. And the Nine of Spring always reminds me of the Wounded Warrior, which is like Chiron energy. And I'm pretty sure Chiron's about to go into retrograde at the time that I'm filming this. But yeah, even if you're watching it at some point in the future, because it's a timeless reading, it's really just about healing any wounds that you may have around your worth and how that relates to how much you give and also how much you allow yourself to receive or have. So it could be also changing your identity as it relates to money and finances. So this could be, identifying more as a successful person or a wealthy person, whereas maybe before in the past you identified as being, struggling financially or being in a position of lack. So it's like really changing the mindset, learning and unlearning this in a very powerful way. You have the 7 of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. So this is the 7 of Cups. I feel like part of this process may feel confusing, which may be where the challenges lie, and that could be why we were seeing a little bit of that stress and need to multitask with the 8 of Spring. So they're saying, yes, it's going to be a little bit overwhelming or tumultuous as you're learning and unlearning, as you're changing, as you're healing, as you're doing all of these things, but it's going to be very beneficial to you to heal this. It's going to help you to get clear on what you do need to do. And they're really drawing my attention to intuitive, the word intuitive here, and the fact that we have the 7 of Cups. It can talk about trusting your intuition to make a decision. And they are emphasizing don't procrastinate anymore. It's like if you've been procrastinating on let's say, for example, getting a loan to consolidate your debt, or if you've been, oh shit, that's a message for me, isn't it? Yup. Yeah, or if you've been procrastinating on like asking for support, if you've been procrastinating on receiving healing or communicating something that you need, if you've been procrastinating on starting a project that you know is going to bring in finances, but you're kind of stuck in being busy with other things or being stressed out or being confused about what to do. They're saying trust your intuition, stop procrastinating, just do it. Don't overanalyze it, get out of your head about it, and just go with your gut, because your gut's going to lead you in the right direction. And if you're getting those intuitive nudges, there's a reason. Spirit is very, very persistent is what they're showing me, and they're being persistent with you because this is for your highest good. So you do need to learn and unlearn these things, these old habits, these old mindsets, these old patterns of behavior as it relates to your self-worth, your work, your emotional capacity to nurture and care for yourself, and also how that relates to your finances, because your sense of self-worth directly correlates to what you actually have and how much you're able to receive. It's like second house energy, which is to do with your finances, your resources, what you value, and your self-worth. Yeah. So you're just majorly transforming right now, group number 4, and it's going to shift your finances. I think it's going to be in a very positive way, but it might come with some challenges. There may be some things to overcome here in regard to debts, or in regard to lack mentality, or in regard to your savings or investments or something like that. But it's ultimately going to lead you in the direction that is going to open up more prosperity for you. So embrace this process. It's like the caterpillar willingly going and creating that cocoon and going in, melting himself down and becoming the butterfly. It's a little bit of an uncomfortable process, but then you'll be able to fly and you'll be free. You're going to get your wings. So yeah, that's definitely worth it. I feel like if there's anything that you need, Spirit is going to provide it for you. So if you feel like, okay, if I make these challenges or I do these things, then I'm not going to have enough, Spirit is wanting you to know point blank that it's not true. They are going to support you through this every step of the way. Everything you need will be provided exactly when it's needed, is what they're saying. And that's why it can be hard for us as humans to trust, because we like to have things very, very in advance. Like if we're going to take a leap of faith, we want to know that there's a net. Or if we need $100, we want that $100 like way in advance of when we actually need it. You know what I mean? But what they're saying here is like what you need will be provided exactly when and how you need it the most. And it's kind of like you have to trust, and you've kind of blindly got to follow a bit your intuition here, just going with your gut, even if you can't see where you're going. It is a very intuitive process is what they're showing me. That's why it's a little bit challenging, because if you're a very grounded, practical person, or you're very, very in your head or something like that, it's kind of like you've got to get around your mindset and some of the rigidity here, which can feel a little bit challenging if, like, say for example, you've been very kind of stuck in those ways and now they're challenging you, or you're being challenged to just open up and flow more. Really trusting your intuition and expanding your capacity to receive abundance and to feel worthy of that, and to actually identify yourself as somebody who has a lot of money, who is very successful, who can save money in abundance, who doesn't have to worry about the next bill or the next payment or the next debt collector calling or something like that. I just get the sense that you've given a lot. And if this isn't finances, if this isn't money, then you've given a lot emotionally. And it's kind of the same thing. So those two areas tend to correlate. If you've given too much emotionally, it's like you're probably pushing money away too, because you're not allowing yourself to receive the support and the comfort that you need. So they want you to give to yourself, group number 4. And that's where learning and unlearning from Princess Nokia is going to come in, because it really can help you to reprogram and deprogram your mind with the, it's going to help you to reprogram it with the positive affirmations and self-beliefs through repetition and through the positive energy. Like when I love her music, and so I was not expecting that. I think it's an older thing that she did from before she really kind of blew up with her music. But I feel like I really felt a side of her that I didn't feel before. I've always liked her music and been attracted to her creative expression through her art. But when she was channeling this energy here in learning and unlearning, it was like I could feel it sent tingles, spiritual tingles through my entire body. I really felt her heart and her soul, and I could tell that she's a very sacred divine being. And she's come up here in your reading for a reason. So check out her other music if you're drawn to that kind of thing. But yeah, I feel like you guys are, and Princess is standing out to me too. Princess. You guys are meant to be some kind of like stepping back into your lineage of royalty. It's like knowing that you deserve to have a throne, or you deserve to have a castle, or you deserve to have full coffers, is what Spirit just said. You deserve to have a full coffers and to feel secure and stable, because it's part of your lineage. It's part of, your birthright. Basically, if you were born and you're alive, you deserve to be abundant. And if you're not, then it's really up to you to identify why, and to, basically like let that part of you die off so that this new part of you can be reborn. Which is, it's not even like a new part. It's like the core of who you are, but it just needs the space to be able to come out, to be reborn, from within you. So focus on healing your emotional evaluation or valuation of yourself, so that you can take action, stop procrastinating, protecting the fruits of your labors, being able to prepare yourself by managing your resources wisely, getting yourself out of debt, or making sure that you're prioritizing the time and energy and resources you need to feel stable, secure, and healthy. And that is what's going to help you to really rebirth yourself here in a super powerful way. So that is what I see for you, group number 4. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to go deeper, memberships are available on the channel. We've got 2 tiers that will give you access to the members only videos and also the live readings that we're going to be doing regularly too, where I will pull cards and psychically connect to you and answer your questions. So if you guys are wanting to join, all you have to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button. If you don't see it there because you're on an iPhone or an iPad, you do need to go through a laptop, a desktop, or through a web page rather than the YouTube app. So just so you guys are aware. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate your energy and presence in these readings. I love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.